while you're singing, there are 3 workers right outside that door who are doing like this with their shovel. They listen to every word you guys are singing. So when you go out, go back to your class, give them a little wave, because you're going to make them smile. They heard every word you were saying. All right, I'm not that famous. The only reason I'm famous is because my daughter, Miss Warren, the kindergarten teacher, and she's the one that's famous. But I'm Mr. Tom, this is my wife, Miss Amanda, and we're from the United States. And Miss Warren has been trying to get me to come to Africa for 3 years. I've been kind of have to get some stuff out of the way first, and I finally got to make it. So I'm coming to Kenya, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, you know, I landed in Nairobi, got in the airport, I came out to her house, we came out to the school, and I was like, what's the big deal? You know, I've been all over the world, I've been to different countries. I live in a pretty big country, and if I drive somewhere, you know, within 4 or 5 hours of my house, we have animals in the United States that we can see. You guys have animals in Kenya. I've seen animals in the zoo. You know, there's like a giraffe. It's not from the United States. A giraffe is from Africa. A rhinoceros. I've seen a rhinoceros in the zoo. Well, that's only because somebody brought one from Africa over to the United States. And then she said, we're going on safari. We're going to go to the Masai Mara to see the animals. Has anybody ever been out there before? Anybody? Really? You've all been out there, so you know what I'm talking about. Okay, the Mara is where they live. It's the place where they live. So we go to this camp, and it's only 4 hours away from where we are right now. 4 hours. It's not very far away. This driver came and picked us up, took us out to this camp. We had lunch. And he said, okay, let's go. It's the afternoon, and we start driving. And maybe 5 minutes into this drive, we didn't go through any gates, didn't go through any walls, there were no fences anywhere. We just start driving down this dirt road. He sees this bush up ahead, and we pull up to this bush, and there laying in front of the bush is the fastest animal in the world. Cheetah. Just laying there, watching the world go by. He watched us pull up, he didn't even move, he wasn't scared. And I'm thinking, I'm 10 minutes into this drive, there are no fences around here. There's the fastest animal in the world just laying there watching us drive up, taking pictures. I'm kind of going, he could go anywhere he wants to, and he's just sitting right there, right in his backyard. So we take our pictures, and we drive about 10 more minutes, come around the corner. There's the biggest animal in the world that stands on land. Not just an elephant. There's like 3 different kinds of elephants. There's African elephants, Asian elephants. Yeah, there's even a little one called a pygmy elephant. There's a place called Borneo. But the African elephant is the biggest animal on land. I just saw the fastest animal 10 minutes ago. Now look at the biggest animal, the African elephant. They're living right next to each other. There's no fences keeping them apart. I'm freaking out. We take our pictures of the elephant. We're driving along. You've seen an elephant? They're big. I know. They're huge. That's why I'm not even showing pictures of an elephant, because I know what everybody knows what an elephant looks like. So we take our pictures of the elephant. We're driving 10 more minutes. There's a clump of trees up there ahead. We're driving up to this clump of trees, and all of a sudden this head sticks up over all the trees. Giraffe! The tallest animal in the world. The giraffe is right next to the biggest animal in the world, who's right next to the fastest animal in the world. And they're all right there together. I've seen the 3 most incredible animals in their category in the whole world, and they all live right next to each other. And I'm freaking out. I'm taking pictures. I'm going, man, there are no fences between these guys. We leave the giraffes, and right next to the giraffes, there was like 3 or 4 of them right here, and then kind of out in the field is one giraffe by himself, and he's right next to this thing called an eland. You ever heard of an eland? Yeah. What does it look like? Bird? No, not that one. This one I'm talking about looks like a big antelope, but he's real weird. He's not skinny like a little antelope. He's got a head like an antelope with horns, antlers. He's got a body like a cow, so he's really big. And he's got a tail like a lion. I'm like, what is up with this animal? He's like 3 different animals in one. He's an antelope, he's a cow, he's a lion. What is he? Who knows what he's going to be? So I'm looking at all these different animals. We see some zebras. We see all kinds of different things. And it starts to kind of sink in. I'm thinking, okay, which one of these animals is the most important?
The cheetah.
The cheetah? Because he's the fastest? Okay. Well, I thought about that. I thought, okay, the cheetah can go from like 0, from standing start, to like 100 kilometers an hour in 3 seconds. 0 to 100 in 3 seconds. He is really fast. So is he the most special animal just because he's fast? And I started thinking, well, that's one thing. The eland over there, he's way bigger than a cheetah, and he's not nearly as fast. But if the cheetah and the eland got together, the cheetah could say, hey, I'm the fastest, so I'm the best. So I can go 0 to 100. Well, the eland, he would look right at the cheetah and say, well, how long can you go 100 kilometers an hour? And the cheetah would say, for maybe 10 seconds, and then I get tired, and I have to rest. The cheetah would say, if I have to catch my food after 10 seconds, I'm too tired to even eat it. Once I catch it, I can't even eat it because I'm so tired. The eland would look at the cheetah and go, well, I can't go 100 kilometers an hour. I can only go about 30 kilometers an hour, but guess what? I can do that for 20 hours. The eland can run forever at 20 miles an hour, but he's not as fast as the cheetah. So does that make the cheetah more special? He can only go this fast for that long. The eland, he can't go as fast, but he can do it 100 times longer. Does that make the eland more special?
No!
Little bits of wildebeest running around, and we came over this hill, and all of a sudden, there they are spread out as far as you can see. There are wildebeest on these hills as far as you can see. I mean, over 1 million of them. There's like 1,600,000 wildebeest on the Mara right now. I've never even seen one, and now I can't even count them. There's so many, you can't count them. If you started counting the wildebeest and it took you 1 second to count each one, it would take you 18 days and nights to count all the wildebeest that are out on those hills right now. It's 4 hours away from where we're standing. So I'm thinking, this is what makes Kenya special. These animals out there. Because when I go to see them in the zoo in America, I can look at a giraffe with all these walls, and maybe 2 giraffes in the same pen, but that's his life. Is a wall, maybe a pen, maybe as big as this room. Look at a rhinoceros, or look at an elephant, all these things are in the zoo, and they're just living in a place where man put them. A man built that zoo. Men built that zoo and built those walls and brought those animals from Africa and put them over there for us to look at, and that's pretty neat. That's not what they were designed to live like. So I'm out on the Mara, and I'm looking at all these animals. I'm looking at the different bushes that they eat. Giraffes eat these trees because they're this tall. Elephants eat these trees because they're this tall. The wildebeest are eating the grass. They're all right where they're supposed to be. So I started thinking, if I ever had a friend in the United States who didn't believe in God, and he was like, I don't believe the Bible, I don't believe in God,
And he said, all right, you've got one chance. Prove to me that there is a God. Prove it. I said, okay, let's get on a plane right now. We're going to Africa. We're going to fly to Nairobi. We're going to find the driver. They take me out to the Masai Mara, and I'm going to show this guy what creation is meant to look like. And I would show him all the different animals and why they're all so different, but they're all the same. Not one animal is more important than the other. They all need each other. Some need it for food, some need it for the grass, some need it for the way they treat the bushes, some need it for the birds. Birds eat certain bugs off of the animals to keep them healthy. Everybody needs everybody in the Mara. And then I would bring them to this school. And I would show them this room full of these kids right here. I'd listen to them sing. And I said, look at every one of these kids. They're all totally different. If I took everybody out to the pitch right now and said, line up, let's see who the fastest one is, and said, go, one of you guys would be the cheetah. Now, since you're the fastest, does that make you the most important?
No.
It just makes you the fastest. If you're the slowest, does that mean you're the least important?
No.
It just means you're the slowest. If you're sitting in your class and the teacher asks you a question and you know it, and you know the answer real fast, does that make you more important?
No.
It just makes you smarter. If you're the last one to get it, if it's really hard for you to understand something, does that make you less important?
No.
It just means you don't learn stuff as fast. It doesn't mean you're less important. Every single one of us that God created are the same. Don't ever think that because you're not as fast, or you don't see things, or you're not as tall, or whatever, that doesn't make you less important. And just because some things come easy to you and you're better at things than other people, that does not make you more important. We can get all our money out and say, who's got the most money? Doesn't matter. The richest person is not more important than the poorest person. The head of the school is not more important than the janitor of the school. Everybody is important. Same. We're all created the same in God's eyes. So, that's my lesson. But why Kenya is so important and so special is because you can come to a place like this, and America has big buildings, and it has roads and crazy drivers. Kenya has all these things that men have made. It's got the pretty schools, it's got the pretty buildings. But the thing that makes Kenya so special is it's got a place where you can drive out to and see how God created things the way they're supposed to be. Now let me say a quick prayer, and then I'm going to show you a picture. But when we finished our safari, our driver was a Maasai warrior. He was a Maasai driver. And he said, hey, I'm going to take you to my village. So we're on this road, and we're going around the hill, on this back road from that park camp, just going to his village. We weren't even on safari anymore. And I'm going to show you a picture of what we saw right outside of our truck. But let me pray for us first. Lord, this is such an awesome school. Thank you for the staff that puts their hearts into this. Thank you for the kids who are so attentive. Thank you for the parents who are so involved in their kids' education. It's such a privilege to come to school, Lord. Thank you for all the things that you give us. Help us to sing with our hearts. Help us to remember that we are all the same and we are all special because you created us. In Christ's name I pray. Amen. All right, now, came around the corner, and my Maasai driver, 29 years old, there were 27 giraffes standing together in one spot. And he had never even seen that many before in his life. He was freaking out. So I don't know if these lights can come down, you guys start to watch it, but as you file out the ones who are still left in here, see how many of them you can count just in that one picture. There were so many, we couldn't even put them in one frame of our camera. We had to take like 3 different pictures of this group of giraffes. Anyway, thanks for inviting me to Kenya, and you guys are pretty awesome. Thank you.